What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com.
Here are my DFS picks for MLB Saturday, May 29th.
These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button
And hit that bell icon.
so you don't miss our new videos.
In this video, I'm going to go over my top DFS picks for today's MLB slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay guys, we have a 4-game slate tonight, so let's take a look at the pitcher position. Looks like there's plenty of value on this slate, and the studs really aren't in great spots, so I think you can pay up at pitcher here. So I like Julio Urias pitching against the San Francisco Giants. Julio Urias, he's giving up a .459 OPS versus lefties and a .629 OPS versus righties. He's facing 3 lefties and 6 righties. And on top of that, the Giants have only hit 13 of his last 59 pitches. That's a .220 batting average. He's $11,500 FanDuel salary, and he's $1,500 less on DraftKings. Projected at 30.3 fantasy points here tonight. He has an ERA of 3.03. Record is 7-1 on the season, pitching an average of 87 pitches per game, averaging 40 fantasy points per game, and he scored 52, 51, and 46 fantasy points in the last 3 games. On top of that, Vegas thinks this is going to be a low-scoring game. 7.5 runs scored in this game. That's the over-under. So I like Julio Urias here versus the San Francisco Giants. Now, if you are looking for a low-salary pitcher, if you want to stack your bats full of studs, this is a high-risk, high-reward pick. But take a look at Justin Dunn with a 21% pitching advantage over a low-salary batting team, the Texas Rangers. Because Justin Dunn, he's only giving up a .572 OPS versus righties, and he's facing 4 righties here tonight. And the Rangers have only hit 7 of his last 29 pitches. That's a .241 batting average, and he's only $6,700 FanDuel salary and $300 more on DraftKings. Projected at 27.4 fantasy points here tonight. He's got an ERA of 3.40. Record is 1-2 on the season. Pitching an average of 84 pitches per game. Averaging only 24 fantasy points per game, but he scored 24 and 38 fantasy points in the last 2 games. So this is a high-risk, high-reward pick. And really, I don't even know if you're going to have to go here and save all this salary at the pitcher position, because there's really not a lot of high-priced batters that I want to play here tonight. But if you do want to go this route, take a look at Justin Dunn here versus the Texas Rangers. Okay guys, it's time to announce the winner of our $100 weekly PayPal giveaway. And the winner is James Eckwheeler. James Eckwheeler, congratulations. You are the winner of this week's $100 PayPal giveaway. Please reply to our comment to collect your prize.
Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching.
If you want to enter the drawing for $100 PayPal,
all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won.
And then we'll send you $100 PayPal.
So it's that easy,
and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video.
So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you.
Now guys, just as a quick note, we just released a free DFS contest on Draft Dashboard for MLB and NBA for DraftKings and FanDuel. There's over $500 available in the prize pool, and this is a totally free contest you can enter as a Draft Dashboard member. So make sure to click the link in the description of this video, give Draft Dashboard a try, and you can start playing in our free DFS contest and compete to win some money. Okay, let's take a look at the first base position. I like Max Muncy with a 16% batting advantage over Logan Webb. Max Muncy is batting a .820 OPS versus righties, and Logan Webb, he throws his worst ball versus lefty batters, 23% worse than his other pitches, giving up a .895 OPS versus lefties. Now I like this pick because Max Muncy is 2 for 5, batting a .400 batting average and a 1.571 OPS versus Webb. One of those 2 hits was for a home run. He's $3,600 FanDuel salary and $1,900 more on DraftKings. Projected at 10.8 fantasy points here tonight, averaging 12 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored 3, 19, and 7 fantasy points in the last 3 games. So I like Max Muncy here versus Logan Webb. Okay, let's take a look at the second base position. I like Ketel Marte batting against Adam Wainwright. Ketel Marte, he's batting a .746 OPS versus righties, and Adam Wainwright throws his worst ball versus switch hitters, giving up a .734 OPS versus switch hitters. Now, the one thing I don't like about this pick is Ketel Marte is 0 for 6 versus Wainwright, so I think he's due for a hit here. The splits aren't great, but he is facing Adam Wainwright's weak pitch. So Ketel Marte is $3,300 FanDuel salary. He's $1,700 more on DraftKings. Projected at 10.7 fantasy points here tonight, averaging 10 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored 10, 12, and 7 fantasy points in the last 3 games. It looks like he's number 1 in the batting order. And I like this pick because Vegas thinks there's going to be 9.5 runs scored in this game. That's their over-under. So they think this is going to be a high-scoring game. So I like Ketel Marte here versus Adam Wainwright. Okay, let's take a look at the third base position. I like Nolan Arenado batting against a low-salary pitcher, Seth Frankoff. Nolan Arenado is batting a .799 OPS versus righties. Now, Seth Frankoff does pitch his best ball versus righty batters, currently only giving up a .548 OPS versus righties, but he's got an awful OPS versus lefties and switch hitters, so I gotta believe that OPS versus righties is gonna come up. And Nolan Arenado, he's 0 for 1 versus Frankoff, so small sample size, and he's $3,600 FanDuel salary and $1,900 more on DraftKings. Projected at 11.4 fantasy points here tonight, averaging 12 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored 22, 13, and 9 fantasy points in the last 3 games. And Vegas thinks this is going to be a high-scoring game, 9.5 runs scored in this game. That's their over-under. So I like Nolan Arenado here versus Seth Frankoff.
Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the Position Optimizer, where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new Player Trends tool, where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups.
Okay, let's take a look at the shortstop position. Really nothing of quality here at the shortstop position, but I do like Josh Rojas batting against Adam Wainwright. Josh Rojas is batting a .619 OPS versus righties, and Adam Wainwright is giving up a .610 OPS versus lefties. So nothing fantastic there, but Josh Rojas is 1 for 2, batting .500 with a 1.167 OPS versus Wainwright, and he's only $2,300 FanDuel salary and $1,600 more on DraftKings. Projected at 9.6 fantasy points here tonight, averaging 9 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored 15, 3, and 22 fantasy points in the last 3 games, and he has a batting average of 291 this season. So I think he's in close to the best spot. Gavin Lux looks like he's also in a pretty good spot for just 300 more on FanDuel. But I think I prefer Josh Rojas here versus Adam Wainwright. Okay, moving on to the outfield position. I like Mitch Haniger with a 30% batting advantage over a low salary pitcher, Mike Foltz. Mitch Haniger, he bats a little bit better versus righty pitchers, batting a .855 OPS versus righties, and Mike Foltz pitches his worst ball by far to righty batters, 28% worse than his other pitches, giving up a 1.604 OPS versus righties. Now, Mitch Haniger is only 1 for 9 versus Foltz, so he hasn't got off to a good start, so I think he's due for some hits here, and he's $3,700 FanDuel salary and $1,400 more on DraftKings. Projected at 10.8 fantasy points here tonight, averaging 12 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored 3, 7, and 16 fantasy points in the last 3 games. So I like Mitch Haniger here versus Mike Foltz.
If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NBA slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again, and good luck.